Hi fellow traders, I hope everybody's having a good Memorial Day weekend. We got tomorrow off, the market's closed for Memorial Day, and hope you have some good rest and relaxation, spend some time with the family. Just enjoy the day, don't think about trading, and just be ready to come back Tuesday. I'm ready to rock and roll. I know we have another graduation celebration to go to tomorrow, the last one for the weekend, and it's been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the time off, and but I wanted to get this recap video done as soon as I can, when I had a free moment. So gonna go ahead and do that. But before I get to my count update for the week, just want to share a couple things with you. The first, I deal with a lot of traders, and this is one of the things that I deal with every week, is everybody trying to figure out a way, how can I learn faster? How can I just get the shortest route to the end goal. And so I tell them you can't microwave success in trading. And if you remember, the microwave came about, it kind of cut down on warming up food, cooking time, and all of that. But it came at a cost. It came at a price. I'm from the South. I like grits. It takes me about 25 minutes to cook grits the right way. When the microwave came out, you could cook grits in 5 minutes, but it's not the same. It doesn't taste the same. Same way with oatmeal. Same way with meat. You can't cooking a steak in a microwave and cooking it on a grill or cooking it a traditional way. You cook it, it's edible, but it's nowhere near as good. Same thing with chicken. Now, there's some people who have perfected the art of cooking in the microwave, but the average person can't do it. They don't do it. So, and that's why I say you have to put a certain amount of time into your development as a trader. You have to get your bumps and bruises, because those are the things that's going to help you when you really start trading for a living and you go through things. And if you haven't been through these downtimes and you haven't been through the struggles, it's going to be hard for you to draw on anything, and you may not be able to sustain the downtimes. And I say it takes 18 years to be 18 years old. You can't rush that time. You can't do something and miraculously turn 18 years old in 16 years. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in that time. And trading, even though it's not the same analogy, the problem is too many of you are trying to do this in like 3 months and 6 months because somebody appealed to your sense of urgency and convinced you to buy into their system. You can learn how to make $500 a day in 3 months. Buy this program, and in 3 months you can start being profitable. Excuse my language, but that's bullshit. That's all that is. Same way 6 months. You can't do that. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I fell into that same trap. I started trading in January, and I was like, I'm going to learn this. And, by the end of the school year, at the end of May, I've got the summer to trade full time. And I should have enough money to where I don't have to go back to work when the school year started. Well, I thought that, and then I realized that wasn't going to work. Hell, I even thought that the second year. the second summer, and I realized, no, this is not going to work. It's not. You have to put that time in. There's no substitute for screen time. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how many books you read. There's no substitute for screen time. And you're going to have to get through your bumps and bruises. And that's why I run my community the way I run it. That's why I share my platform. Because guys, it's I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. It's too easy to fool you. It's too easy to sit here and call out a trade that I don't take and put in some numbers in something that looks like a P&L and show it to you and say, hey, look at what I did. It's too easy. If you don't believe me, look at Bernie Madoff. His story came on again. I guess they had 2 movies or something that came out a couple weeks ago. Here's a guy who ran a $50 billion plus Ponzi scheme. He created fake documents that fooled the SEC. And he said it was simple. It was elementary school stuff. Anybody could do it. People were getting statements thinking that they had all this money. And it was fake. It was fictitious. So you guys have to be careful. I'm telling you, I talk to too many that get in touch with me and it's like, man, I wish I would have talked to you sooner. I spent this thousands of dollars with these people, and then they tell me, well, you just have to get more. You have to add more time to it. It's going to cost you more. And I mean, it just doesn't work that way. There are no shortcuts to success, period. You have to put the time in, and you have to learn how to make $50, $60, $70 a day before you can start making $200, $300, $500 a day. You have to learn how to do it small. And there are people that will fight me to the death, but I promise you try it and see how fast you lose your money. There's no shortcuts. You have to follow a process. It doesn't have to be my process. It could be anybody's process. But you have to start small and you have to grow. You have to develop that skill. There's more than one piece of the puzzle. It's psychology. It's learning the fundamentals of trading. It's understanding the market. There's a lot of things that you have to learn how to do, and you have to put all these together, and it takes time. So don't get fooled. If you haven't yet, don't get fooled. Really talk to the people who you're looking to learn from, and find out if what they're going to do for you is going to help you. Because I'm a straightforward and honest guy, and I'm going to tell you, everything that I teach, the fundamentals, you can find on the internet. Everything. But the problem is, the internet doesn't model it for you. The internet doesn't answer questions when you need it. Now, yeah, you can put a question on this person's email or video or that person's video or whatever and hope that they answer you. But that's not it. The reason why I do the class, the reason why I have my service is because I want to model success for you. And success may not be a winning trade. Success may be a losing trade. But if I stuck to my rules and got in the trade and took it off according to plan when it didn't work out, then I'm modeling that for you. I'm showing you, look, you don't just sit there and hold on to it and hope that it comes back to you at some point. That's not what gets you to where you need to be. Now, yeah, once you get the skill and you grow and you're consistent, then you can start branching out, and then you can start taking a little bit more risk because you have that foundation to come back to if you get, out of sorts too fast. But the reason why, I know for me, and there's a lot of legitimate guys out here that are teaching, and they're the ones that aren't trying to sell you on it only takes you a couple of months to get it done. They're not saying you can make all of these thousands of dollars in no time. They're telling you need to learn. It's going to take time, and you got to go through the process. And they're not trying to feed on your sense of urgency and your dream of making this money fast and getting to where you want to be a lot faster. No, that's not what it's about. For me, it's about I'm investing my time in me and whoever wants it. Whoever purchases a service, they're buying a teacher. It's just like if you go to college. You have to pay all this money to go to college. But hell, you can get the same education and the same information online. You can go to the library and learn the same stuff that you learn in college. But why do you go to college? It's for the experience. It's for working one-on-one with the professionals. Having somebody there to help you. It's just like, anything that you learn, you can find on the internet now. But can you put it together? Can you compile all of it? Can you make sense out of it? Can you build a process without having somebody that's done it and has gone through it, help you through it? There's 1% of the population that can do it. Most of us can't. I couldn't do it. I had to pay. And I don't think if I hadn't paid, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. That's one thing I can guarantee. But that's all I got to say about that. It really, hurts me to have to listen to, traders every week tell me what they've spent, how much, they've given out, and they haven't gotten anywhere yet. And, when I tell them and put it to them this way, how it's going to take time, and you have to start slow and you have to grow. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take several years to get to where you want to be. And that's the best free advice I can give anybody. Alright, so our Sneak Peek Wednesday will be back starting June 7th. That's not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. You can come hang out with us up until I take my lunch break, which could be anywhere between 11 and 1 o'clock. Just depends on the day. Sometimes I leave at 11:15, 11:30. Sometimes I don't leave till 1 o'clock. It just depends on what's happening in the market, whether I'm in a trade that's actually moving or working. But we will start back. It'll start 8:30 every morning. I don't have a start date yet for when I start back with the morning show, but that should be coming pretty soon because school is out. I don't have to, go through everything I was going through before in the morning. So we'll announce that as soon as I'm ready to get that back going. But that is coming back as well. Also, I wanted to remind you guys of our chat room. This is what it looks like. I stream my SureTrader platform every day. Now, if I hit my max loss or the market has given me all I think and I'm not going to trade anymore, I shut it down. And I'll bring up my Thinkorswim charts and we'll talk through setups as they happen. But if I'm done trading, I'm going to shut my platform off. And I do that because I want to model to you guys what you should be doing. If you make $200 or $300 in the morning and you get in a trade and it doesn't follow through and you give back $50 or $60, shut it down. When the market starts to go sideways, the volatility is gone for the day, stop. Protect your money. Okay, and you see, I don't make a whole lot of money a day, but it adds up. Guys, when you look at how much I got this month, it adds up. You can go back on Profitly and look at every trade and see every trade that I took, every trade that I lost on. You know, I post them every day. Sometimes, you know, it may take me an extra day to do it, you know, but I want to show you it's okay to shut down when things aren't working right. Lock your money in. Don't sit there and trade and give it all back. You know, that's not, you know, the smart thing to do. And that's what I try to show you. The yearly subscription right now is $3.99. Keeping it there as long as I can. My subscription price is going to go up for what I have to pay to Omnovia. You know, when that goes up, then yeah, I have to raise my prices. But right now, as long as I get the deal, you're going to get the deal. And it's $3.99, which, you know, works out to just over $30 a month. And for what you get for $30 a month, I don't think you can beat it anywhere. No, I really don't. The monthly subscription is $69 a month. And really, that's for people who want to come in, want to get a good idea of what we do, you know, how we do it. You know, the sneak peek Wednesdays aren't enough. You don't get access to the weekly trading webinars or the small group mentor sessions and things like that, but you get to spend all day in chat and, you know, really get a feel for what it's like throughout the whole day. I don't have quarterly subscriptions because, as far as I'm concerned, if you're not willing and not ready to go all in, then you're wasting your time and my time, you know, regardless of whether you're paying it or not. You know, some people don't care, just pay it, whether you're wasting your time or not. You know, that's not me. I come from a different breed. I have a different set of values. If you're not willing to give it your all, I can't give it your all. You know, no matter what you want to pay me, it doesn't matter. You know, I like to work with traders who are ready to give it their all. It's going to put in, if they only have 2 hours a day, then they put in 120% those 2 hours and, you know, go from there. So that's why I don't have a quarterly subscription. You either want to do this or you don't. And if you do, I'm ready to go all in with you. The one thing that we are announcing now, I have a new swing trading class. I completed it a while back, but didn't want to bring it out until, you know, we were getting here into the summer. Because the summer is when I really get into swing trading a little bit more so than day trading. Because the summer, it usually slows down. And when day trading is slow, you know, I have swing trades that are on, you know, that are making money. And my swing trades are usually 1 to 4 days or 5 days. Now, sometimes I will hold them a week or two. If a stock is just running up and it's strong, and we're only going to cover, I'm only going to share long ideas for the first week or two, because swinging short is a little bit more risky and it can bring some anxious moments. But there are a lot of long swing trades out there that make really good money. So I want to be, you know, sharing those ideas with you in chat. But for the class we're going to cover everything. Now the course, it is $6.99, but for the yearly members, you're going to get a discount on it, obviously, just like with the day trading class. And if you're a day trading class student, you're going to get an even better discount, because you can bundle the two, and you can bundle the day trading class and the swing trading class for $12.99. So obviously, if you're already in the day trading class, if you want to do the swing trading class, you're going to have a pretty significant discount on it. And just like the day trading class, it's going to be 100% live mentoring. If you have questions, you need help, just like if you're in class and you need extra help after class, that's what the mentoring is there for. That's what you're paying for. So, take advantage of that. You have lifetime access to the classes, meaning if we take this class and things don't click, you can take the next group, or you can get in. If I have another one running concurrently that may be a couple of weeks behind, you can jump in on that class. And you have lifetime access to take the class whenever you want to, as long as it's running. If the class is running 4 years from now, then you could take the class 4 years from now. They will be recorded, so you'll have lifetime access to the class recordings. And if you don't have the chat room membership, you will get a year chat room subscription with the class. So you get all of that with it. Just go to averagejoetrader.com. You can check it out there and see what it's all about. Or if you have any questions, you can give me a call, or shoot me an email or whatever, or we can Skype. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. All right, so now we're getting to what you guys have been waiting for. So let's look at my week. I didn't put these on the slide, so we just have to look at it live today. So what did we do last week? This is the total from when I started back in July. I started over again on July 1st, and I've actually started over how many times? 3 times. The last time being in January. And this is where we are. Let me see if I can get the actual close the actual amount, because it rounds it off on there. 29,259.64. Every trade since July has been verified. You'll see a check by each one of these, meaning that it's verified. You can look on Profitly, and if somebody posts a trade, doesn't have a check on it, that means they just typed it in themselves. They didn't download it, hasn't been verified. So, it could be that they made it up. Because, and one thing I tell you, you can look at, anytime you want to join a community and they're not 100% transparent with what they're doing, look at the disclaimer. Read it. If it says that they may call out trades that they don't take, it's probably what the majority of their trades they call out are. Trades they don't take. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's go back to statistics. That's where we're going. So let's look at what we did last week. From Sunday to Saturday, even though we don't trade on Sundays and Saturdays. 1133.76. It's okay, not bad. 78% win rate. That's good. 100% on long trades, 75% on short. Because I'm still trading small size, this is not going to separate like it should. It's not going to be 2-to-1 just yet. As long as I'm trading smaller size, this is not going to be 2-to-1. But this is what I like to see. Largest losing trade, 159. Largest winning trade, 243. I want my largest winning trades to be significantly higher than my largest losing trade. And this is by $100. This is a trade that I let go a little bit longer than I should. But because I was in small, I kind of brought it back. It stayed within an acceptable range for me. So pretty happy about last week. Can't complain about that. So let's look at what the month has brought. Let's go to May. Only two more trading days left in this month. 42.75.61. With the way this month started out, I had no hope of even getting $5,000, and I'm not even thinking about it, because this is what got me in trouble before. Thinking about I need to make $5,000 every month because I want to get into the swing trading sooner. That's what got me messed up. So not thinking about it, I'm going to start swing trading no matter what, regardless of what I make. Whenever I get, $10,000 together, it's going in IB. And then I'll be sharing, more with swing trading with you in chat. Now I'm still going to share what I'm doing, my thoughts. We're going to look at a couple here in a minute from last week. But I'm not forcing myself, and I'm not rushing myself. We were at 68%. With last week, I'm back up to 70%. That's what I'm looking for. This is still tough. This is still tough here. I'm still 1-to-1. And so, this month isn't going to end pretty for me in terms of, my win to loss ratio. It's not gonna come out well. Largest winning trade. This was a swing trade on AAOI. This is where I realized I was having a problem because I was masking my day trades with swing trades, and that's something that when you start doing that, you got a problem and you need to stop. You need to figure out what it is, and that's why I stopped doing everything I was doing. I stopped the morning show because I knew that was messing up my mornings, and I stopped doing everything, and I put my focus back on my trading because that's what people are in the community to see me do, and to do it the right way. So that's why everything came about. But we made a nice recovery. Trading smaller size. Guys, this is everything I do. You see, it's been smaller size. It doesn't take much to make it. It just doesn't. So that's where I am for the month. We'll see what happens Tuesday and Wednesday, what we can add to that total. But if it doesn't look good, I won't even take a trade. Because I don't have to do this. I'm going to do what I do regardless. So whether I make it or not. And I need to stick to my schedule here. All right, so the two swing trades we talked about this week, TSCO this is not the right chart. One of the things is you only need to look at the daily chart. I don't look at intraday on swing trades. When I do, I get myself into trouble. So I only look at the daily chart. And when I see it hitting my targets on the daily chart, then we take it off. All right. So this is one of my simple strategies that works time and time again. I love it. And this is the swing trade strategy that pretty much centers around earning seasons, because I like to trade oversold daily charts to the long side. And you really can trade these two ways, and I'll show you here in a minute. But here on earnings, we had a little, gap down on earnings, and we really didn't get down far enough. Even though we were oversold here, this wasn't down far enough for me to even trade this at that time. So this eventually came back and hit my oversold scan, and it hit it right in here. And so, I'm looking at it. This, even though this is a green candle, this candle opened lower than this candle. So there was no signal that we might be reversing here. And, this tried for a day. It just kind of traded inside this candle. And then we had another weekday. Everything's still trending down here. Nothing really indicating that we're ready to move up. So I just waited. I kept this chart up for several days. And here we started bouncing. This day we opened higher. And there's two entries you could have. I could have jumped on this on Thursday. I could have jumped on this over this 53.32 level on this candle opening higher than this candle closed, and I could still be in it holding it up. But I waited, watched this candle open Friday, watched it pull back and hit this 54.12. Once we held this and we started pushing up, we had some strength and some momentum to the upside. I got in this around, I can't remember, was it 54.23? I can't remember right offhand, but I got in this Friday. Typically, I don't like to open swing trades on Friday, but this is a solid setup. So it's well worth the risk. I just don't go in as heavy when I'm entering a swing trade on the weekends. But if I didn't open it on Friday, then I may not open it on Thursday, and then I may not open it on Wednesday, and it just kind of limits what I do. So this is just one of the strategies that I'm going to teach. All the idiosyncrasies to this is real simple, real straightforward, very little moving parts. And that, to me, that's what breeds consistency. People try to make things as complicated as they can so they can charge more money. That's not what it's about. It's about simplicity. Making things simple and straightforward. And building consistency. The other stock I traded last week was CIEAR. And this did pretty much the same thing on Friday. This made the move on Friday, just like the one we just looked at. But I didn't trade this Friday. I was doing something else. For whatever reason, I missed the entry on this, because this one opened higher. It opened right on this 2173 level. Even though we got a dip down here, it started getting bought back up. So this would have been a good entry over this 2173 level for the move up. Now my target was going to be the 20. Now, we had all of these levels in here, And I was going to watch them and respect them. And if we started to turn, let's take it off. Okay, so I got in on this day. And we talked about it in chat. I talked about this one too. Got in it, but we got a 5% move in one day. And I took some profit. And then I got back in. I took it all off and I got back in I got back in at what, 23.60 something? Looking for this to, continue the next day. But that night, I started looking and I realized this stock was pumped in another room. There was another guy running a chat room who had this on his watch. And he has many, many followers, some with some decent money. So you get all these people together, a lot of times you can move this a little bit farther than it would normally move in a day. And that's what happened here. That's why it ended up selling off again, just as hard as it went up. Because once everybody dumped this, there was nothing left. So when this opened that next day, and it opened below this 23.95 level and started selling, I dumped it. Because I knew that this wasn't going to work. This was going to come back. Now, here's the second move. When you have a stock, when I'm buying it and I'm looking for the rebound after the oversold chart, when it runs into a level of resistance and starts to turn over, then I can look to short that. I can look to swing it short back to where it came from, possibly even through this level, because it's either going to form a double bottom at this level or it's going to sell off and continue to sell. So I would take half off here and then leave the other half on to see if we continue down. And if I have to hold it for 3, 4, 5 days, then that's what I do to get the whole move. But typically on a swing trade, I usually get half the move. I was actually expecting it to get just over 23. I wasn't expecting it to go all the way to 24 that day. But because we did run through 24, I wanted to see if there was something fishy going on with it. And sure enough, that's what it is. The swing trades, I'm going to do a little bit more fundamental analysis on it. I'm going to look to see, what is really behind these stocks. More so than I would a day trade. A day trade, we're taking, quick hits. We get in trouble in day trading when we try to try to create a marriage between it and some of the swing trading tactics, and we try to hold longer than we should. We don't respect the technical levels on the intraday chart, and a lot of times it kind of causes us some issues. But that's all I have for us today, for you guys today. Here's my contact information. As usual, you can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The easiest place to get me at averagejoetrader.com. That's the email that I manage every day. And if you email me 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, if I'm up, that's the email that I'm going to get. So that's the best one to get me at. So again, if you got anything you want to talk about, obviously I talk to a bunch of traders. I try to make the time to talk with you, to try to figure out if I can help you or not. I'm going to be honest with you. If I don't think I can help you, I'll tell you I'm not the one for you. Because what it's all about is you developing into the trader, the best trader that you can be, using your skill set, using your personality, using your risk, your natural risk tolerance, a natural risk parameter you have built in. Finding and establishing something for you. I've had people I've worked with and they turned around and say, look, I just like penny stocks. And they go do penny stocks. I don't like them. I don't trade them. But if you like it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it if that's what you have inside of you. Nothing wrong at all. So, you guys have a great rest of your holiday. I know I talked a little bit too long. I'm sorry. If you made it this long, you deserve hazard pay. You deserve hazard pay. So let me know if you did. I might see if I could hook you up with something. But take care. Enjoy your weekend. The rest of your weekend, enjoy your day off. And we will see you Tuesday morning.